Hi, my name's Renée Hoos, and I own Spire Mortgage Team. Over my 10 years as a commodity trader, my 20 years as a real estate investor, and my 8 years as a mortgage broker, I have had the absolute privilege of meeting some powerhouses that are transacting in real estate in Western Canada. All right, everybody, we are back with another episode of the Inspired Agents podcast, and I am so excited to be here today with Realtor Jessica Debell. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
I have to tell you guys, I was presenting at the Royal LePage offices a couple of weeks ago, my infamous Mortgage 101 roadshow, and she just grabbed me after the presentation, was like, "Listen, I am going to be on your podcast," and I was like, I like this one. I like it. And I just thought it was so awesome because I'm like, not only was it like an amazing connection with somebody, it was like, listen, this gal knows how to like get up and ask for what she wants, which is so hard as a salesperson. So like, congrats on being so amazing.
Well, thank you.
And thank you so much for asking to be here because we're always dying for amazing guests. So you're one of them.
It took courage. I'll let you know this is my first podcast ever.
Wow. Well,
so thank you.
We are so grateful you're here. And there's been lots of guests before you, including me, that feel so nervous about all of it. But the cool thing about podcasts is that you just get to talk and be authentic and have a good time. And then they quit recording and it's over.
There you go.
It's that easy. Hey?
Awesome.
Okay, well, let's start at the beginning. Can you tell me how you ended up in real estate? Tell me everything.
Well, I came from an extensive background. I did about 20 years of customer service, HR at a big corporation. And real estate was always something I really enjoyed. I bought my first property at the age of 21, dabbled in it a bit. I was pretty successful, I guess. And times were different. I couldn't back then. I was a single mom. So a steady paycheck was the motive.
Yes.
And so now my baby's 19 and it's time for me to start a new life.
I love that. I love that. I think it's so important to remember that, like that sometimes our careers in like these commission-based industries like real estate or mortgages or even financial planning, so much of the success is life stage. Like it's hustle, it's all the work, but it's also like, is your life offering that window, right? Where you want to take that risk. So it's cool that that's where you're at. Yeah. And so you said that you started 3 years ago, but did you start full time right out of the hop or?
No, that's where the fear continued. So I dabbled into real estate part-time at first.
Okay.
And the market was in a better situation. And it was so busy that I still look back and I don't know how I managed 2 jobs, let's say.
Gosh.
Right? So at a point in time, it was time to decide whether I was going to continue 1 or 2 careers. And I didn't feel like I could do both.
Yes.
And so this year, 2025, became my first full-time year in real estate.
I love it. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Good. And it was a harder year, but did you
It
did
was
it?
my
You
best
jumped?
year so
And it was
far.
your best year.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I love that. I also love that your best year was 2025 because I talked to lots of agents that are like, man, 2023 and 2024 were so good. And then, it was almost a little bit easy, right? Where 2025 has been harder for them. So.
Yeah. And I think with more of what we're going to talk about today, consistency is a big one. And you hear it over and over. But if you look back and consistency and just in my philosophy, I just lead with my heart.
I love that.
So,
I love that. And I feel like when we were just talking before the podcast started, you said you were an all-in, kind of like an all or nothing type personality. So it seems like taking the dive, plunge all into it also very much is in line with your core values and how you do things.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's worked out so
Awesome.
far.
Good. All right. So you ended up at Royal LePage Solutions. So talk to me a little bit about how you ended up there.
So going back to when I bought and sold a few houses in my earlier years, I had an amazing realtor who just so happened to work at Royal LePage and introduced me to the team. And I really felt, let's say, at home there. The team, the structure, the accountability.
That's awesome.
It fit in line with my values.
That's awesome. I think it's like so much like who you can have a community with. I think sometimes this career can be a little bit lonely, right? So it's important to have a community and make sure you find your fit, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So let's talk about, as you kind of got started, you were mentioning that it took some confidence, you had to believe in yourself. what would you say to somebody that's maybe still working half and half, part-time in real estate? Like, what would you say to them to get started?
I would say it's absolutely okay. Don't feel rushed. Don't feel like you have to jump in with 2 feet. It's a lot. Real estate's not selling houses at all. It's the business of people, as you know, in your business as well. You touch on everything else except the sales aspect, because let's face it, when a buyer finds their home, it's their home. They've fallen in love with it, right? So I think that everything else you do beforehand, the nurturing, the listening, the paying attention, that the more you can cater to your clients, the better the result.
I love that. It's the business of people. And I also love the permission that you're giving to somebody to say, you don't have to rush, because the business of people is stressful and it's a lot. And so until you're ready to go all in on that and you're set up financially to do that, you don't have to do it. I love that. I have often a little different take on it. I'm like, you're either in or you're out. Like, you got to be all in. But I like this perspective that you can wait until you're ready.
I don't know if that's the right answer. I do feel as though when I was getting into it, a lot of people told me either just pick a career. You can't do both.
Yeah.
And I probably couldn't have for much longer, but I did also need to take the time and really feel like it was the right time.
Yes.
With the doubts will always be there.
Yes.
And I think with the doubts and time, you get more confident.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what helps a lot.
That's awesome. I love that. Okay. So when you first started, did you have a goal in mind that was like, I have to do this to be successful? I have to make X amount in GCI, gross commissions. Or, what did you feel?
I did, but it was totally out to lunch. I had no real understanding of what I was getting myself into. And in my head, I threw out a crazy number like, I want to do 10 deals a month.
Really?
And then one of my close realtor friends was like, oh my goodness, just be happy if you get 1 deal a month. And I was like, oh, okay, that's okay. So I think ultimately you realize that it's not the awards, it's not that goal that you're attaining. Again, bringing it back down to people, like the more you cater to your people, you're going to see that the success is the referrals, is the reviews you're getting, is the feeling that you've really helped out and it's genuine. And again, lead with your heart and good things come.
That's awesome. So was there, like, when you kind of moved into it, was there a moment, I know you were kind of saying like it was getting to be too much. Is there a pivotal moment or like a story you can tell that you were like, this was the time that I was like, yeah, I'm done and I want to go full in on real estate?
Okay, so fully honest, when I set my all or nothing goals, I really wanted to attain 10 deals a month. And I came pretty close. I think I closed about 7 my first month.
Your first month?
But
holy,
I had not hit the 10. Therefore, I wasn't good enough and I did not hit my own goal. So I reclused a little. Really? And then I kept just plugging away at my full-time job. I'm like, oh, well, maybe you're just not cut out for this. Maybe you just didn't push hard enough right? So looking back, that was like the silliest thing to say. But
especially there's so many realtors watching this right now that are like, 7 deals this month, I will take it.
Maybe 5 in the month, 2 at the very end of the tail end of the previous month. But like it was really quick and very lucky. But
I don't know.
Maybe I threw that intention out there and I almost got it. So I feel as though, shoot for the moon and if you land on the stars, you still pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that. I don't even know if that's an expression, but I'll take it. Yeah. We all got the gist. That's awesome. Very, very cool. Okay. So it feels like you have really carved out a vision of what success looks like for you without having to be trendy or like this is what works for somebody else. And so talk to me about how you kind of like stay in your lane and make sure that success is what it is for you and not for, the outside world. Talk to me about that a bit.
I feel it's a little redundant, but it's the same consistency. And like if I could consistently get return customers or referrals. I haven't really found what works, but it's what works for me.
Yes. Talk to me a little bit about how you're networking in your community or how you're asking people in your community to support you as a realtor.
Okay, so a little bit of background. I am fluent in 4 languages. I try to hone in, maybe not enough at the moment because lots is happening. But I'm originally from Montreal, and so there are a lot of Facebook
Wow.
groups that I connect with. Lots of business coming from old friends, family
Wow.
from all across Canada. And I just try to be in every circle that I
That's
can.
amazing.
Yeah, languages helps a lot. So
Wow. So what languages? French, English?
Italian and Spanish.
Holy smokes. If you speak a romantic language, this is your gal. Holy Dinah, that's amazing. So
Thank you.
good. But not everyone can do
I'm
that.
lucky.
Yes, but I mean, you also did the work to learn
Right.
them. And connect in those communities, right? I think
Right.
there's a lot of people like we don't even realize that we have these superpowers. And like when you have a superpower like that, you got to use it, right? Get out in those communities. I love that.
Yeah.
So,
Community is super important. So it's nice to be able to
Very
touch
cool.
into a few of them.
and so do you get referrals from other realtors too that don't
I
speak?
do.
Wow,
I do.
cool.
My first clients were from Mexico.
Wow.
And a fellow realtor said, "Hey, I've got clients who just want someone who speaks Spanish. Can you help them?" And I said, "Sure." And then I was like, wait a minute, I haven't really
Amazing.
spoken Spanish with real estate lingo. I didn't really even think of how do you say a mortgage in Spanish. And so I had to kind of brush up
Interesting.
on my skills because it's
Cool.
not one of my
Yeah.
first languages.
Very cool. I love that. It's funny. I went to school overseas and I speak French, but I only speak French like in very basic French. Like I served pizzas on the beach for a couple of years. So like I can talk about pizza, I can talk about travel, but yeah, like I literally don't even, yeah, but I literally don't know how to say anything else in French.
You
So
have to think harder.
yeah,
So
it's
it's
wild.
nice. It keeps it challenging,
Yes.
but it also is so rewarding. Plus I get to brush up on my language skills.
I love that. Okay, let's talk a little bit about imposter syndrome. So there are moments in my job, I know, where I'm sitting across the table from somebody and I feel like, oh my gosh, they must have so much more experience than me. They know more about this. They're so sure. And I feel like maybe I'm not experienced enough. Has that ever happened for you, or did that ever happen for you as you're getting started?
Absolutely. In the beginning, I really thought that, wow, they're going to see right through me. I haven't been in the business long enough. I don't know enough. I'm constantly asking my broker questions. But at the end of the day, it comes back to one, being on not a team, but having that background of people who can answer and help you out. So shout out to Royal LePage. They're always there for me.
That's amazing.
And being in the people business, like getting to know your client. And you don't have to have the answer right away. Just make sure you're on top of it. Customer service goes a long way in the industry.
Yes.
You say you're going to do something and you're going to get back to someone, just do it within a timely fashion. As if I always put myself in their position.
Yes.
How would I want to be treated? And it's been working.
That's amazing. Okay, so there's a couple of nuggets I want to unpack there. One, it's being part of a team or a brokerage or a mentorship network. I think that a lot of us in our industries, like whether it's mortgages, again, financial planning, real estate, these types of industries, I think we get sometimes selfish about like commission splits or like, I don't want to pay for that. I don't want to pay for this. I'm going to go it alone. And at the end of the day, like there's a lot of things that come up in our business where I think we do need mentorship and guidance. So I know I'm a big proponent too of finding your people, finding your network, and having someone to support you in these files. So that's amazing. And the other thing that I think is important to unpack there is the listening, right? Like so much of the customer service piece isn't about selling, right? Like I love that you called it that you're in the people business, right? And it's listening to your clients and then getting them the answers they need. You're not going in with, hey, do I have a deal for you? It's, hey, how can I show up in service to you? What do you need? And if I can't get it for you right now, how can I get it for you soon?
Absolutely.
Right.
And I think that clients and customers alike can appreciate that.
Yes, exactly. Like that's how I want somebody to treat me when I'm doing anything. And if I don't know the answer, I almost feel like I have more respect for somebody that says, I'm going to have to get back to you. I don't know, than somebody that, says something and then is wrong, right? Like that's just immediate.
I'm not a good liar.
Yeah.
I'm not a good liar. I have to be honest, and I'm learning still. So it's really good, but there's so much to know.
Yes.
And it's not, oh, I'm going to be a realtor. I'm going to sell houses. It's no, I'm a realtor. I got to brand myself. I have to have a website. I got to do podcasts. Like what?
Yes.
I thought I was selling houses.
Yes.
Absolutely the farthest thing from it.
Yes, absolutely. I think that is definitely a ladder that every small business owner or entrepreneur has to climb is like, listen, you have to wear so many hats, and you have to have a lot of experience in a very successful business before you get to start hanging up some of those hats and hiring staff to help.
Oh,
right?
you have to get organized.
Mhm.
Doing your own taxes as a business
Oh,
owner versus me just working in a corporate job for almost 20 years. Like time flies and you get
yes.
so used to the way things are, but then
Yes.
having to start new, you don't realize how many new topics there are to touch on
Yes.
as a realtor. I
Yes.
definitely wasn't prepared.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I am still underprepared every day. Just so do you know what? And it's not even underprepared. It is just the industry also changes. So the other thing too is like, I think 2 years ago, you could hardly get your hands on a house in Calgary, right? So it was all about buyer preparedness, right? How can you be prepared to write an offer, get that offer accepted immediately, short condition of financing date, if that was even possible, and close on that property quickly, right?
100%.
Whereas now it's all about seller preparedness, right? Maybe your property is going to sit a little bit longer. We have to talk about realistic sales price. What's your plan? Are you going to buy before you sell? Because the sale might take a little longer. Like it's different,
It's like
right?
night and day.
Yeah.
It is completely different.
Yeah.
I remember in my first few years, all I wanted were listings because they were just flying.
Yes.
And I was more on the buy side. So I saw lots and lots of disappointed people and failed offers and emotions. And, it was a different ballgame. And then today, fast forward, now I've got listings
Yes.
that aren't selling.
Yeah.
And wow, what a different scenario.
Yes, definitely.
Different set of emotions for sure.
Definitely. Definitely. All right. So here's the thing. I think as women, we often come together and podcast and like we love a rags to riches story or like a from the ashes story. But like I actually just also love women that just got it freaking done. And I love just celebrating their success, whether I know anything about their story or not, like just actually taking a moment to celebrate, like straight up, you're killing it. And I think you are. And so thank you for being here and sharing all of that. I'm curious, what do you think? What do you think your son thinks of like what you've done? What you've done is like, transitioning from this career to a new career. Okay, what does your son think about?
I don't even know.
You don't even know?
I wish he was here that you could
Yeah.
quickly what do you think of your mom?
Yeah.
I don't ask him.
Okay.
I'm not a single mom anymore.
Okay.
I have a partner now, but
yeah. Can we talk?
Julian, my son, has seen me like do it all.
Do it all, yeah.
He would probably say like she's superwoman. Like anything she wants, she gets. Anything she touches, she gets. Or
Well, like, how can we not say this?
but I don't.
You don't want
It's
to?
hard to toot your own horn, right? But I don't see it as tooting my own horn. I just feel like I didn't know it any other way. You're a single mom. You have to just do what you got to do to get it done. And so same with this business, right? I would say he's proud of me for sure. And that I don't think he doubted I had it in me, but
That's
I
amazing.
did.
You did.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I mean, no one else should have, because I think you just came out of the gates hot. I love it so much. It's such a great, great story. A lot of new agents, I think, really just hold themselves back because of fear. And so it's interesting in talking to you because you can tell it's there for you, but that you really have an amazing ability to overcome it. Like, I'm scared about this, but here I am. Like, here we are at the end of this podcast, you guys. She was so nervous. She's killed it. And so talk to me about like how you're just able to quickly go from, hey, I'm scared about what I'm doing to like action so quickly.
I think that just the way life has driven me so far, it's been all or nothing. And it's been like, you know what? Single moms got it rough sometimes, but you got to push through and just make sure you have focus and a good mindset. I think that helps a lot.
Yeah.
And just always strive for more.
Yes. I love that. My mom, I was raised by a single mom too. And similar. So when my sister and I left home, I'm sharing this because I think it's very in alignment with where you're at. And so when we left home, so I would have been 19 and Kendra would have been maybe 16, 17-ish, just graduating grade 12. My mom went back to university and got her education degree. So she taught her first day as a teacher when she was 50. She just retired at 70, worked 20 years as a teacher, got a pension, did all this cool stuff. So anyway, similar mindset of just like, you know what, like it's time for me to make a change. I want something else for myself. And also I kind of need to do it. And so she just did it. And single mom, like you just make it happen. Right. Anyway, and
That's inspiring.
we're so proud of her. We love that
Absolutely.
story. And your story is resonating the same way with me, which I love.
I feel like if I didn't take the jump and the leap, I would have never known. And let's face it, life's so short, right? You've got to do what you love. You have to be happy because it's too short to not be happy.
Totally.
And this has been the best move I could ever make. I'm so happy. I drive around, especially when the sun is shining. And I just like cannot believe this is my life now. Like I wake up happy every day. I would say zero stress. There's still some stress, but come on. Zero stress. It's a whole new life.
That's really cool. I love that. Don't we all, like, isn't that the dream to like wake up so happy, loving your job? I mean, that's literally the dream.
And I think that's what makes you want to keep going too, right? It doesn't feel like a job. I'm meeting people. I'm out there. I'm not stuck behind a desk crunching numbers all day long. I think I'm a people person.
Yeah.
And it just fits really good with my personality.
That's awesome. Okay, so last question. If you could go back to day one, Jessica, and give her any advice, what would you tell her?
I would say you absolutely belong here.
Wow.
Do not doubt yourself. Just do it. Maybe should have done it 20 years ago, but shoulda, coulda, woulda. And now I did. So here we are.
That is amazing. I'm going to cry. You absolutely belong here. God, I hope that's the advice that I want to give myself too at some point in time. Anyway, thank you so much for being here. What an amazing job. We are so grateful for your time.
Thank you so much.
Of course.
Thanks again.